Senior citizens at the Ephraim Zulu Senior Citizen Center in Soweto could not cast their votes yesterday. The IEC has designated yesterday and today for special votes, particularly for those unable to cast their vote on election day. But close to 100 senior citizens were left disappointed when IEC officials did not pitch. SABC News senior reporter Hasina Gori is at the facility.
It's day 2 of special votes, and this morning we're here at the south of Johannesburg at the Ephraim Zulu Center for Senior Citizens, where residents here are left waiting for IEC officials to come and home visit them to allow them to cast their vote. This is one of the processes that the IEC is doing to allow every South African citizen who is eligible to vote to cast their vote in a manner that is convenient and safe for them. Home visits are part of this. Residents here are part of the 600,000 South Africans who applied for this specific special vote. But here at the center yesterday, they waited in vain. Today, once again, unsure whether or not they'll be able to make a mark. I want to bring in one of the residents. Vincent, thank you so much for speaking to us. You here at the center, you were waiting to vote yesterday. What happened?
What happened is that the IEC, which is legitimate, and they must make sure they do their work. Irresponsibility have taken vis-a-vis responsibility.
So what happened here yesterday when you were waiting to vote?
What happened? We waited in vain since early in the morning until no apologies have been granted to the most senior members and the veterans of South Africa. We have been taken for granted by the people who are supposed to make us get our democratic rights as senior citizens of this country.
Have you found out today whether you'll be able to still vote? Are there any reasons why they were unable to come yesterday?
Nothing at all. We are just being left as scavengers. And mind you, we're the veterans of this country, but we tend to be scavengers of this country. And our vote must reflect our democracy. Is that the voters are taking the veterans for to be scavengers of this country. We are disappointed at all. We are waiting. We are not sure. No apologies have been. They're always saying the ruling party is promising, and the people who are supposed to give us our democracy, they're coming now vis-a-vis. Then the ruling party will be blamed and other parties. We want to get rid of the ruling party as they say. But how can we get rid of the looters of this democracy when they are giving no chance to vote and get the looters out of the power?
Can we talk on you as a veteran? What do you remember voting for the first time in 1994? What was that experience like for you?
The experience I had, they're saying, is Tatamatiba. It's democracy. Everybody, whoever using weapons or mass demonstration, everybody, especially veterans, were giving first privilege. But now veterans are taken for granted, and they will remain scavengers in this democracy.
When you are deciding to vote and when you get a chance to vote, when you're looking at which party to give your vote to, what are you looking for in that party? And what is driving your decision for who you vote for?
Every time I'm voting for African National Congress, whatever the mistake the ruling party have make, the mistake are done and corrected. But we don't look at mistakes now. We make sure that what the people have been promised must be delivered.
And what do you feel when you look at the last 3 decades in South Africa? Do you feel that when you voted for the first time, all those promises that they made, do you feel that they delivered on that from 30 years ago?
Lot of course have been delivered. You can see sport-wise, the matric results, although you pass matric, there are problems. But Rome was not built in a minute. Those who are opposing the ruling party, let oppose so that the ruling party must speed up the promises.
Thank you so much. One of the residents here at the specific senior center that we are currently at, they are among the many South Africans who are part and who had applied for a special vote. However, here at the center, they're still waiting for the IEC officials. When I spoke to some of the administrators here at the center, they explained that the IEC officials did come through yesterday. However, they could not find many of these residents on the voters' roll, despite them having been registered by IEC officials after they were promised that they will be able to vote, and they've applied in the specific manner that was expected. So it's unsure today whether or not the IEC will come through with that home visit, where these residents will have to cast their vote on Wednesday at one of the voting stations, which may pose a problem as some of these residents are quite elderly, they have different immobilities and are unable to physically visit the center. I'm Hasina Gori for SABC News.